time for your Gianna Volpe report, brought to you in part by the Duncan Inn in Jamesport, by Village Overhead Door in Southold, and by the Crazy Fork in Mattituck. Good morning, Gianna.
Good morning, Bruce.
This is the second week in a row that Gianna is taller than I am.
That's right. I did it just because I knew you liked it last week. So I thought,
Oh, I love it when you wear spikes.
Okay. Oh, my God. They're a weapon.
No, really?
They can be. Yeah, especially stilettos. Oh, yeah. Beware a woman in high heels.
Oh, it's a good thing my wife wears flats.
So we're here in the studio with our good friend and GVR sponsor, Duncan Kennedy. Good morning, Duncan.
Hey, good morning, Gianna. How are you?
Very well. So tell me.
Yeah.
What's been going on over at the Duncan Inn in Jamesport?
Well, I tell you, it's been busy. So getting organised for the summer. Memorial Day is coming up very soon, as we all know. We know that because it's really hot right now. I'm about to start a big patio extension.
Really?
Yeah.
Where, right off the main office? Where is it going to be?
Do you remember where all the garden was and that kind of overgrown crazy area up the back there? Maybe you don't. Yeah. So I'm ripping all of that out, putting new patios in there.
Like past the rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up there. Yeah, it's got tons of space. So I'm going to use it this year for people can sit out and, hang out, drink some wine perhaps.
Maybe put a fire pit?
And maybe one or two fire pits.
That would be nice.
A couple of barbecues, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, we have such a lovely long season here with decent weather all the way through October. So that's what I'm planning to do.
Very cool.
Starts in a couple of weeks.
Very nice. And I know that you're in working with First Fridays. That's coming up in Mattituck.
Yeah. So, as we do all these things, we've got to give back, right? So I'm giving some time to the Chamber of Commerce in Mattituck.
Very cool.
And it's all volunteers, which is really impressive. And they have this, First Friday. Unfortunately, the first one got a bit rained off. I mean, the first Friday in May, I don't remember, was a bit of a washout.
Yes, yeah.
However, the second one will be the first Friday in June, which is really now the first one.
And now, so the first Friday will be probably over the top because all the people will be out.
Everybody's ready. Everybody's gearing up.
Do you have the entertainment set? Do you know who's going to be playing?
I should know the answer to that question, but I don't.
I'll help you. I'll help you.
Is it you?
Music. Yeah, I'll be performing live.
I've heard you singing.
Stop. That was too funny.
That was very fun. A lot of fun.
Did you enjoy the show?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You said you heard her singing?
Yes.
I did hear her singing, yeah.
You sing?
I did.
Is it any good? Wait, Duncan, is it any good? I mean, be honest.
I'm being completely honest because it's the only way to be. Yes, it was very good.
Really?
Really.
I did Never Been to Spain by Three Dog Night.
I just rolled my eyes. You can't see it, but...
Impromptu, completely unpracticed. Chris
I've never been to Spain, but I kind of like the music. Yeah, I know.
See, the ladies are insane there.
That's what it was. It was excellent.
And and Duncan, thank you for coming to Revolution Number 9 Variety Series. What did you think of Kirsten Maxwell, our headliner?
I thought she was unbelievably amazing, and I was shocked with such great talent for free of charge.
I know.
I was like, this isn't real. This is unbelievable. Actually, seriously, she was very, very good.
She's great. I got her album Crimson. I didn't get it signed, but she is just a phenomenal talent. Next one of those, I think, will be June 8th. I think we might do it 8 to 10 instead of 7 to 10 since it's summer because everyone's out on the beaches and
people don't have as much time I think in the summer. People want to do other things and
me too.
me too. No, it was very, very good. I'm looking forward to the next one.
What else do you do for fun out here?
What else do I for fun? Well, actually, talking about music, one of my most favourite things to do is actually classical music.
Very nice.
I do. I like Bartoch. My favourite, which is, music on the piano. And there's a little show in the Hamptons, in Southampton.
Okay.
Every summer called Pianofest. It's a little, hidden secret. It costs $20 a session. And the quality of the music is absolutely stunning.
When is that?
It starts in July, but there's all these kind of pre-series events that lead up to the opening of Pianofest. You can go online and look all about Pianofest. I won't bore you with what it's all about, but it is world-class musicians for $20.
Do you know about the Perlman Music Program on Shelter Island?
It's similar. It's absolutely similar to that, yeah. So anyway, there is a festival up here on the North Fork, and I was just looking through some literature the other day from the North Fork Promotion Council, and they are having, this Rites of Spring, I think it's called, and they're having a kind of a Pianofest type event.
Very cool.
On Sunday.
The North Fork Pianofest.
Right.
This Sunday. When and where?
It's at the Peconic Bay Yacht Club.
Okay.
And timing, I'm not great on detail at times, but let's just say I think it's during the day.
It's... And are you heading up the promotion council now? What's going on?
Well, in the spirit of giving back, right, and, I think a lot of people who are out here have come out here in the past few years, we've all come from other careers and businesses and whatnot, and we all have these kind of unique set of skills and, talents and whatever that we can bring back into the community. So yes, as part of all of that and part of my old career, I've become the president of the North Fork Promotion Council.
Golf clapping.
I know.
I can't even...
President Kennedy, it's weird.
Yes, President Kennedy returns.
Yes. Anyway, so it's just a couple of days ago it happened, which is pretty exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm psyched.
They couldn't have picked a better president.
Oh, stop.
Just saying. I didn't get to vote. Did they put it up for a vote? How does it work?
Well, yes, we followed all rules, of course.
Yes. So now we're waiting for the scandals.
That could happen.
Oh my gosh. So again, we had one of those not springs.
Yeah,
we had one of those not winters that in March became super winter. And then now we kind of are skipping spring to summer, which that's fine with me.
86 degrees today, I'll take it.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's going to be hot. It's going to be very hot. It's been beautiful. It's really nice.
I'm wearing black pants. This is a problem.
I watched that this morning. I thought that's crazy.
Because, I have to go out to Montauk for a doctor's appointment, and then I work at ALure in Greenport at 3, so I'm probably going to have to hop the ferries.
So you're wearing your uniform already?
Yes. I'm half uniform right now.
Super organized.
Which I wanted a little bit of news. Oh. Keith and Allie Bavaro from Salt on Shelter Island are opening port right now. Oh. And in a similar fashion, hands across the water, Vine Street Cafe, the Harwoods, are opening a restaurant in East Hampton, which the name is escaping me at the moment, but Callaway was telling me. I think that's just so interesting that right now Shelter Island is sort of reaching out.
Well, it's emerging. It's 86 degrees. It's coming out to play, Shelter Island.
It's coming out to play.
Hey there, Shelter Island. We see you.
You want to go to one of the Pridwin barbecues this summer? Do you know about them?
I do, and I would love to,
Do you go? Have you been?
I haven't, but also here's an invitation to you.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. There's a great hiking in Shelter Island.
Oh, Mashomic.
Yes, I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, so we should do that.
We should absolutely do that.
So we're trading invitations, yes.
I just took a headshot of Jeremy Samuelson, who's the brand new executive director there. Cindy Belt, who I know from my days at the Shelter Island Reporter.
Right.
I did a piece, it's a little bit of a, I'm sorry, guys. I did a piece about Shelter Island for the Express summer book.
Yeah.
Because I was like, that's the hot place to be this summer. And so I was just...
Apart from Jamesport, of course.
Jamesport, I think, is ripe for a year or two from now. South Jamesport, it's coming up.
Sure is.
And I actually pitched at the meeting. I was like, Greenport's the place. And they were like, well, we did Mattituck. And so we want to bring it back to the South Fork. And I was like, here's my... Shelter Island. Shelter Island's the hot place to be. So many cool things to do there. The Perlman Music Program, Salt, Stars, the 5 to 10K.
Yeah. I always maintain, though, when visitors come out here, I don't think they know actually how much we have to offer guests and consumers, when they come here. You start at Aquabog and go all the way through to Shelter Island. There's so much to do, and
everywhere you turn.
Yeah, it's not always about the wine. There's other things to do, which is really awesome.
Shoot, if you turn down Manor Lane, and there's the Jamesport meeting, Manor Lane, Jamesport Manor Inn.
Yeah.
And then who's the winemaker? Diliberto.
Yeah.
And he does the singing and like the
pizza,
dinners.
yeah.
And then there's Biophilia, which is the organic farm, Phil Barbato. And then Abra Morawiec, who may be coming on as a sponsor for June.
Who was wonderful.
Feisty Acres, isn't she
But she was
phenomenal?
fantastic, yeah. And also there's a really good breakfast place that's open up. Well, it's breakfast, lunch, and some dinner, I should call it. Main Road Biscuit. I don't know if anybody's been to that.
Right, in Jamesport.
Yeah, Marissa, the owners.
And
are
Sonny's, which we just went to.
awesome. Love Sonny's.
That was so great. Well, the
Isn't that great?
avocado.
Avocado toast.
I know.
We're millennials.
I know.
Well, I'm not really, but...
But you can pretend it's fine.
Yes, quite.
It was...
Most people don't admit to being millennials.
Bruce gives me a hard
right?
time about it. I'm not...
MILLENIALS.
Gotta love millennials.
Yeah.
All right, so I actually, and I don't usually get involved in the whole Facebook hubbub, arguments and stuff.
Oh.
But I spoke out recently because...
Big mistake. Big mistake.
Well, what it was there was this whole chain of, it was this guy who owns a pizzeria, and he was like, I had to fire some millennial or something.
Oh.
And it was basically like, millennials, they have no work ethic. He walked off the job and blah, blah, blah. And then everyone just jumping on board. These, baby boomers, these kids, they have no work ethic. And I wrote, and I was like, as a journalist and a former pizza delivery person and a millennial with an enviable work ethic, I oppose this, these.
I think it might just be, in the 1800s, weren't they saying the same thing about the kids born in the 1850s?
Right.
Right.
And there was one person who said that. He said, I think that it's sort of common to do this, to say, oh, kids these days, they don't blah, 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 blah. But, the guy ended up deleting the string, which I think was wise of him.
That's the smartest thing to do on Facebook.
Or Twitter.
And that.
Yeah. Some people say too much.
Avoid the hubbub.
Yes, that's what I do. Amy Vitale, who's a photojournalist for whom I have the utmost respect. I saw her speak when I was an undergrad at the University of Missouri, and Pulitzer Prize winner, I believe. And we asked her, how do you become Amy Vitale? What's the secret? And she said, don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the press corps. When everyone's over here covering, whatever outbreak, go over there, interview that family who, is still trying to make it work, or, find your story, not the narrative that everyone else is expounding on. Oftentimes it's just people spitting talking points at each other. And if you look at like Henry Marcuse, he's a great contemporary philosopher, wrote One Dimensional Man, talks about sort of where we are right now in capitalism, and about how like critical thought gets like bred out of people, and which kind of, for me, critical thinking skills are a rare gem and should be celebrated. We will be back. Duncan, I love you.
Thank you very much. The feelings are mutual.
And we will be back with Kim Barbour from the Cornell Cooperative Extension Marine Program.
An overhead door serves a purpose, and it should be as beautiful as the rest of your home or building. For more than 30 years, Village Overhead Doors has been creating and installing beautiful garage doors for contractors and homeowners on the North and South Forks. They also install automatic garage door openers that open with the click of a remote, so there's no getting out of the car in bad weather. For a wide range of styles, from lifetime steel doors to custom-made wood doors, and for all your garage door needs, please call 765-4963 today and find out how your garage door can be a beautiful focal point of your home or building's exterior. Village Overhead Doors of Southold, 765-4963. Make the call and let them add beauty and value to your home or business. Duncan had an idea to create a comfortable place on the East End for families to stay that's cool and contemporary. And you'll find it at the Duncan Inn, 1399 Main Road in Jamesport. Duncan decided that besides cool and contemporary, he'd also add some artwork from his native Scotland. And Duncan isn't leaving anything to chance. Even the sheets are 250 thread count sheets that will help you relax and wake up refreshed and ready for the day's activities. All 20 of his rooms have a workspace, electric outlets, fridges to keep your beverages cold, and a microwave to warm snacks up. But Duncan didn't stop there. For you tea drinkers, Duncan has electric tea kettles in your room so you can enjoy that nice hot cup of tea in the morning. Duncan has Hampton's coffee in the lobby each morning. Snacks, juice, bottled water, and soda. And there's free Wi-Fi. You don't have to go far to enjoy some relaxing time away. Just go over to the Duncan Inn, 1399 Main Road in Jamesport. Duncan's waiting for you.
Back on the Gianna Volpe Report, brought to you in part by Village Overhead Door. The Duncan Inn in Jamesport and the Crazy Fork in Mattituck.
Here with Kim Barbour of the Cornell Cooperative Extension Marine Program. Back again. This is your third appearance.
Yes, I'm a regular now.
And we're not talking celebration, but we do have some celebration-y type news. First of all, sad to hear about the cancellation of the 5K. I wouldn't be a good news type person if I didn't bring it up. What happened there?
Thank you. Yeah, we just couldn't get it together with the permits. A lot of paperwork involved, and there was a lot happening in the town of Southold this weekend. So it just,
What was that, saving money? Was that raising money for the Southold facility?
Exactly, yeah. So as you know, we've been doing a facility improvement campaign out there, making big transformations. It's really great. We have to get you out there again.
How was See Something, Say Something?
Oh, it was great. So that event supported that campaign too. And I mean, Kara's just amazing.
Yes, she
and
is.
Giovanni was such a great host, and it was such a well-attended event. We sold some art already. And
how much got raised that night?
A couple thousand.
Very nice.
Yes, and the show is on view until the end of the month, so there's still plenty of time to go check it out.
Castello di Borghese on the North Road in Southold.
Cut Jog, I believe.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Cut Jog within Southold town.
Yes.
So, what else do we got coming on? Tell me, the Tiana Beach Center that's opening next month?
So we're very, very excited. We've partnered with the town of Southampton.
Very nice.
Parks and Recreation Department. They've been really great. And we have a licensing agreement to operate a new facility. It's going to be kind of like a mini marine center like we have in Southold at Tiana Bayside facility on Dune Road.
Is it like when you go over the bridge, is it down like maybe a quarter mile? On the left-hand side, there's that building.
Yes. It's on the bay side of that. So you see those buildings. So it's a little building. We just painted it blue, so it sticks out from the other town buildings now. So we're making some major improvements. It used to be a police substation.
Interesting.
Back when there was a lot more club activities and things happening on Dune Road there. But it's really it was an underutilized building that the town really wasn't doing anything with. So they were more than happy to hear about us wanting to.
So what's going to be happening there?
So our SPAT program's been operating there for I think 7 years now. So that's kind of an annex of our oyster growing locations. But now that we actually have a facility there, we're going to be able to do a lot more youth and adult education courses.
Cool.
A lot of paddle sport programs, healthy bodies, healthy bays.
Very nice.
Yeah, so a little bit of everything. And it's really great because that location is used by the town for their swimming lessons and sailing lessons. So there's a lot of activity down there as is. So we're going to be open to the public Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I believe from noon to 2, and then do special programs in the afternoon.
That's going to be so great for the community.
It is. So we're
going to be like an unofficial community center.
It is, and that's why we're just really looking forward to just having those public hours that people could just come in, learn more about what we do. We're going to have a touch tank room in there too.
Yay!
Yeah, so everyone always loves to learn about the critters and meet with them up close, so that'll be fun. And and then we have a couple programs advertised in the Southampton Parks and Rec brochure, so
Cool.
that goes out to all the residents, but non-residents alike could sign up for those. So we're doing some Bay Babies and Bay Buddies, some early education stuff for 15-month-olds to...
What can they do? How can they get
It's just more, sensory experiences
Right.
and stories and songs related to, marine creatures. So our educators are really wonderful, and it's going to be so fun. Such a cute program.
So looking to get up and running by 4th of July, we're thinking?
Yeah, so most of these programs all start the week after 4th of July.
Okay.
Where we're trying to nail down a date to do kind of our soft opening and kind of little launch event to get some people through there, probably in late June at this point. But our programming is set to go for the week after 4th of July.
And I imagine you guys have seeded already. Have you done that seeding of...
That whole site too, I'd be remiss without saying, it's going to be an expansion of a shellfish nursery and a coastal plant nursery. So we're going to have some of our flupsies, we call them, the floating upweller systems that are able to grow out millions of shellfish. So it's working with Southampton Town again to enhance the populations within the town.
And how does that work? I mean, do you guys protect those waters and keep them there? Are people able to farm them?
Yeah, so we work with the Southampton Town trustees, and they kind of have priority seating areas that we work with them. They're not really public information. We kind of just put them out there. They do have, in certain instances, they like to create spawner sanctuaries, so they like to try to, close off certain areas. But for the most part, we just do free planting just for population enhancement purposes. So it's going to increase our capacity. We can only do so much at our Southold facility, and we have a lot of other projects and towns that we're working with that, need a part of that quota. So being able now to grow out a bunch of these shellfish.
And how have the numbers been looking like in the past 5 years? I mean, is it staying stable? Is it going down? What's going on with...
Yeah, I mean, I think all of these efforts that we're doing and other organizations and towns are doing as well are really key to that long-term restoration. I mean, after you have a population complete crash like happened in the 1980s and 90s with the brown tide, it's kind of a slow road to get back to those historic levels. But in general, I mean, especially hard clams, and now with all the work we're doing with oysters and even putting out oyster beds,
and even the private oyster sort of renaissance that's going on.
Oh, absolutely. Aquaculture is great for our local waters in addition to our local economy, because all of that spawning activity that's happening, it's being released into the water. It's not staying on site.
And it's cool now.
It's cool, yeah.
And we were just
Oyster
talking
farming
about,
is cool.
You got little creeks coming out. So they'll be at Tiana Beach, where they get...
Yeah, so where I just met with Ian yesterday. Hi, Little Creek friends. They're always listening. They're big fans.
Ian, Rosalie, and Jackson.
Yes.
The best.
They are. So we actually just nailed down our dates for 2 of what we call taste and tour events. So think celebration, but on more of a focused scale. So we're going to do one at our new Tiana facility and one at our Cedar Beach or Southold Marine Center facility.
Very
so
cool.
Basically what we do, we set up numerous stations throughout the property in different areas of interest, like our shellfish hatchery or coastal plant greenhouse, all throughout the property. And we feature different shellfish and wine pairings and other small bites.
Nice.
Featuring some, sustainable seafood bites too. So it's really fun. It's like it's a culinary little walking tour. You get your own little Back to the Bays wine glass to go around. And
oh my gosh, I still have mine. I was just drinking out of my celebration glass.
Yes, those were great.
They really were.
Yeah, so it's a good deal. It's $50 a ticket, but that includes
everything.
Unlimited tastings and a souvenir glass.
So that'll be that part of probably the grand openings. Well, I guess the grand reopening for.
Yeah, so that'll be kind of our first higher profile event happening at Tiana for sure. They're both Friday evenings. Tiana's going to be July 14th from 6 to 8, and then the Southold event's going to be August 18th from 6 to 8, and that we have. Daniel Gale Sotheby's came in as a sponsor for that.
Nice.
And California Closets.
Good for them.
Yeah, we have some good momentum. That's kind of celebrating the closing of that whole renovation campaign. So whatever we raise from the Southold Taste and Tour is going into that pot to hopefully finish off once and for all the rest of the improvements out there.
So let's talk about how can, first of all, more sponsors come in and people get involved. Where can they go?
Definitely.
Who should they call?
So everything right now, we're just, again, having just solidified the dates with our Little Creek, our caterers for these events yesterday. We're filing for permits now. We're going to be having the links on Eventbrite live soon that include all the ticket and sponsorship information. So for all of our events in general, if you just go on Eventbrite and type in CCE Marine Program, it'll show up with all the events that are happening. So
and then Facebook and whatnot, because I guess that we'll put the podcast up once you've got this stuff.
That sounds
set in
great.
stone.
So I could say tickets and sponsorships are now available on Eventbrite.
Yes, now available on Eventbrite. Visit the Cornell. How do they get on Facebook or whatnot?
So it's Cornell Cooperative Extension Marine Program. That's kind of the handle on all of our social media, and ccemarine.org. ccesuffolk.org/marine is our main website too, so you could dig around in there and everything's on that website as well.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a good summer.
As long as I'm not scheduled at the club, I'll be there.
You better. Come on.
As long as I can, I will. Not to get completely off topic but from a very small child, I've been a huge marine biology nerd.
That's great.
And always wanted to be a marine biologist, but I could never. I was afraid of drowning.
Oh no!
So it's like it's a real
that puts a damper on those career aspirations, I suppose.
But tidal pools have always fascinated me.
There's plenty to do in the more marshland and upland environments that you could still kind of link into that general study area.
I'm getting over it. I can dive now.
Okay.
I high-fived a shark off Montauk.
No way.
Yeah, Chuck Wade, who does the shark tours.
Yeah.
I did a piece a couple of years ago for the Express, and I'd never done any diving, but I'm like hanging halfway out of the shark cage.
Oh my goodness!
And he's walking me through how to put my head under the water.
That's a pretty full immersion, literally, into that world.
It was one of those. I think I might actually. It was out of something for the first time in my life.
I think it would be warranted and not held against you.
But I couldn't.
And you did it.
And I did it.
Nice.
And then once I got down there, I couldn't get close enough to these blues. There were blue sharks all around.
Oh, wow.
And the closer they got, the more excited I got. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I high-fived one. Do not recommend that. Keep your hands inside
the cage.
The ride at all times. But he said something, because he was swimming outside taking pictures.
Yeah.
Blue sharks are like dogs.
So they just want to come check you out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think humans are really that tasty.
No, that's what they say. Even the bites that happen, they're just exploratory. They're trying to see what you are, and then
they're
once
like,
they realize,
oh, you're full of chemicals and gross stuff.
Well,
I guess it depends. Vegans might be more tasty to eat.
Perhaps.
Than me, who eats, I don't even know what I eat. McDonald's.
Yogurt this morning.
Yes, I was just going to say, we got her to eat the yogurt. She's got some probiotics happening.
Yes. I did it penance last summer, every Sunday for the summer. And I taught myself to love yogurt.
What just struck me was the use of the word exploratory biting. That's a hell of a phrase.
Well, when you're a shark, you could do that.
You could just see it. You could just see his thought process going on now. Frying object in the water. I wonder what it tastes like.
Well, it's
chomp.
like,
it tastes like chicken.
If you don't have grocery stores and you're swimming around and you see a thing that's big enough.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
And it's flopping around like a wounded fish.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. You go in the water. You see a tire bobbing in the water. You're going to take a bite out of it?
Yeah, but we're a
little further.
Yeah, we're operating on a little bit higher of a. Well, I don't know how much higher, but
it depends from
not a whole hell of a lot.
And shark to shark. Some shark would be like, "Oh, that's a tire." Another one would be like, "Oh, I don't know what the hell that is." Or
Fish are loners, though, aren't they? Like,
No, it depends on the species. A lot of them are, they're schools of fish, and they.
But sharks.
Very
Let's take sharks. Are they like lone wolves, so to speak? Funny, we should use using a term that's associated with terrorism.
With other predators? What?
With sharks. Sharks. Do they hang around together, or are they like,
I believe, again, I am not a shark biologist, so I don't want to get myself in trouble here, Bruce.
You're not helping me here.
I know, I'm sorry. Come on, we got to talk shellfish and eel grass and stuff that is more in my wheelhouse.
How did eel grass get its name?
Well, for several reasons.
Is it slippery?
Eels
it is
hang out.
actually a little bit slippery, but it's more of its habitat for eels. So you find eels in eel grass, and it actually, when it's waving in the water, it kind of resembles the movement of an eel as well. So, yeah.
I caught a big eel down in South Jersey in the eel grass because I used to crab off the dock, and that was my thing. But I only ate them once, but I would really just like to see, you pull up a crab trap, you never know.
Ew. Pardon me.
I know, Bruce.
And Italians love eel. I've never had it. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't think I'd ever do it.
I'm not big on it with my sushi, personally.
Sushi.
I think they're cool,
sushi
though.
Fan.
I think
I'm gonna eat some cold raw fish with rice.
I like eels, especially like if I go to an aquarium or something, especially like the morays, because they always look excited because they've got like their mouths open, so they're like they always look happy to see you. And I love the octopi because of how smart they are.
Now that's good. That tastes good.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that.
That's okay.
But they are good.
Scallops.
They're great.
Of course.
Do you ever talk about eating them raw?
Yeah, so...
Can you eat them raw?
Yes.
Really?
Al Daniels fed me one once.
Is that so?
Bay. Yeah.
And I assume that you could eat this like straight, no cocktail sauce or anything like that.
They've got little eyes, and they like.
Gianna, now you've ruined it for me.
they.
Well, you're not eating that. You're just eating the adductor muscle.
No, I'm just.
So
I don't want to like have this thing looking at me as I chow down on it.
No, they've got they're little tiny little blue.
When you
like,
shuck them, you get rid of all of
Oh,
that.
good, because I was like,
So it's not looking at you. But
like-
sometimes they're still
Excuse
twitching.
me.
You basically eating just the muscle.
What are those
right?
things in that opening that they look like teeth? Yeah, I don't think I could deal with
They
that.
clap. They like dance.
They do.
That's how they like swim.
throughout the water. They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess
No,
what?
you, Kim.
Guess
So
what?
get your tickets on Eventbrite.com for the opening of the Tiana Beach Center.
Yeah. So our taste and tour events.
Yes.
And and we're actually June 3rd. I forgot to mention we're doing our paddle race for the bays.
Nice.
We work with several local paddling groups, and the paddling community has been so generous to us. So this paddle for the bays, it's happening at 3 Mile Harbor this year.
We'll probably see a lot of
Harbor
Seuss
Marine.
out there.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So the paddle community has just been really extraordinary. They've raised so much money for us. So all the money that is going to be raised from this race, we're going to be doing a lot of work right in 3 Mile Harbor. So
Very
we're
nice.
very excited about that. So that's June 3rd. It's in the afternoon. I believe it's from 3 to 5. And you could register online for that too. Check out our website. So hope to see you there too.
And we got to wrap up. Thank you again,
Thank you
Ms.
for
Kim,
having me as always.
here on the Gianna Volpe Report on 1390 WRIV, your hometown station.
The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck is the place for entertainment on the North Fork. From live comedy to music to the Revolution No. 9 variety shows, you'll have a good time. The Crazy Fork is comfy but classy, and the food is good. Whether you're looking for fish tacos or lobster mac and cheese, or a steak or seafood, you'll love the Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork also serves homemade pizza and a sandwich for every taste. So don't stay home tonight. Come on out. Have some fun at the place for entertainment on the North Fork. The Crazy Fork. The Crazy Fork on the main road in Mattituck. Call 631-298-1100 for the Crazy Fork in Mattituck.